I want to thank everybody for being here. This is exciting. It's actually just exciting to see everybody again, like face to face, right? It's been long overdue that we're all around each other, and actually can't wait till we're all around each other again, watching basketball. This is a little overwhelming for me, but I'm going to do my best. You know, I'm just so excited that this has happened, and I don't want this to be about me. So I thank my unbelievable family, my wife, my kids. There's one that's left out, not here. But they mean so much to me and my other family that are not here, mom, dad, mother-in-law, sister, brother, everybody that just mean incredible love for me and support for me. We all know this business, even with what you guys do, how we travel and all the things that we do. I want to thank Larry and Dale and the ownership, Marco, Edward, Michael Frisdale, everybody that have really supported this and us continuing to go forward. I really appreciate everything, Larry, that you guys have done for me. Most of all, opportunity. Opportunity as coming here in the beginning, and now, you know, what the next chapter for us is. For the NBA, I also, it's a big thank you, Adam Silver, everybody that gives me this opportunity to what we do even globally with the game. Toronto as the only team in the NBA that plays outside Toronto, outside the US. To our staff, especially the players. None of us are here. This game is about the players in the NBA, and our players from beginning to now and moving forward have just been amazing for us. Obviously what we've gone through here the last 8 years, and I know what the next journey is and what we hope it can be. We can't say much enough about these basketball players, and then fans, you media, everybody. What we've gone through the last couple years, it's really been hard. It's been hard on everybody. It is so good to see everybody put a face. I wish I could tell everybody to take their mask off, but it won't be the right thing to do as a leader here. And but yeah, it's so great to see people smile a little bit, you know, and see that we can actually interact in some kind of way. Man, we can't wait to get back to Toronto here. We can't wait to get back to playing. We can't wait to get back to basketball, life, and I'm really extremely excited about this. Before we go into questions, maybe I want to talk about Kyle. And it's been really tough for us to see an incredible player like that go. I had really extensive conversations with Kyle, and it was great to spend a lot of time with him in the last year in Tampa. And we knew this was coming. The direction of our team was kind of going younger, and Kyle still has his incredible goals. Kyle wanted to be here too, if that was what, you know, what we were trying to do. We saw our team as kind of being in the middle ground a little bit, and wanted to go a little bit younger so we can start to grow. Almost like when Kyle was here in the beginning. But what that guy has done for this organization, what he has done for this community, his participation in everything that we can ask for. I mean, Kyle we had ups and downs here, but I'm telling you, like even the measure of it, when you look at it, the downs were like this much, and it was great to grow with him here. We wish him all the best, where he is. He's in great hands in Miami and that organization. We know their standards and what they want to do. We just hope we beat them 4 times a year, and we'll be good that way. We can't wait to have him back when we play them. Yes, we compete in this business. Kyle is part of this family, and he'll be part of this family forever. And I know people ask, I know Larry has already mentioned his jersey. He's going to get all of everything and some. Is Kyle the greatest Raptor that ever played the game here? Yes, he is. I'm saying it here. Kyle is the best Raptor that played the game over the course of his time. Is incredible. What he achieved here, what he took on, growing as a man, his family, Ayana, the kids, we love them. They are part of us, and they'll be part of us, for a long time. So I know we will talk about this for a long time. We'll talk about this during the year, but I wanted to pay particular attention to what Kyle Lowry has done for us. We owe it to him. He takes so much pride. I know the pride that he took in this organization, this city, and the people of Toronto and Canada as a whole. Again, I'll say my not last thank yous, but I want to emphasize the work my team, Bobby, Teresa, Dan, Keith, all these guys that work tirelessly, trying to make all of this work in the best way that they can. So I think JQ and my leadership team, I really feel strong with where we're going with this organization. So I think I can open it up for questions now, JQ.
Josh Lewinberg, TSN. Hey, Masai, congratulations on the deal, and great to see you not on my computer screen. What's the job description of vice chairman? How much do you anticipate your role changing from what it's been over the years?
We were taking bets on if that would be the first question. I knew. Josh, you won. Yeah, it's interesting. I've had really great discussions with Larry and Marco and Dale and everybody about this. And there are many things we want to do as an organization. We want to grow globally. We want to grow our business globally. I think even infrastructure-wise, we want to continue to grow as an organization and how we look at the game, just like we looked at it when we first came, practice facilities. I think there's going to have to be some sort of contribution that I have in this period of COVID and maybe even after. I think there are going to be things that we have to deal with as an organization that I think is going to maybe even be separate from the job, my job description as president of basketball operations. When I look at social justice and even the opportunities for the BIPOC community here, I think there's going to be more that we are going to have to do. Obviously, with the hiring of John and Terry with MLSE and the Raptors. There are many things we want to do, even working with the NBA and what the NBA is doing in building more programs, doing more partnerships with players. We want to build more as our organization and do more in our organization. I want to focus a lot too on NBA Africa. There's a lot there that needs to grow. We see the growth of African players in the league. I think infrastructure there, how we continue to see the game growing on a global stage is really, really important. And then Canada basketball, I just went to even an event with Nick Nurse and Mike Barlett, and where they are going with the game too, and how they look at it, how we all look at it together. I think there's going to be a lot of youth talent and maybe basketball development and how we see the game going forward. So many things that we've discussed, that I'll have to get even more involved in my position, but I'm excited about it. And vice chairman is just sexy. It's cool. Go through all of that because now you're committing again, right? And I see this place as an incredible platform. I don't think players have even scratched the surface on what they can do here. Toronto sits as on a place where you can really, really attack the world from here. So whether it's the US, whether it's Africa, whether it's Europe, whether it's South America, there's a certain place where you sit. And it gives me a platform, a voice, to speak on a lot of issues here that I think are important, global issues that are important. And I appreciate that. I'm thankful for that. That not only the people, not only you guys, but everybody gives me that kind of platform. It's not written in money, but there is huge value to that. Lastly, Grange, it took long. I feel that there is a responsibility that I want to win. We want to win. And I said it from the beginning when I came here, we want to win in Toronto. We want to win another championship. All that stuff is from the past. We can celebrate and be cool about what we've done in the past, but the NBA is about now, right? And we are building for the future to put ourselves in position to win another championship. In some ways, there's unfinished business, And lastly, I'll say I want to celebrate properly one day when we win a championship. And I'm not taking a shot. I just want to celebrate well. And it will happen by the grace of God.
Hey, Masai, Justin Dunk from CHCH News. MLSE just recently announced that you have to have proof of COVID vaccination or a negative test for fans to get into the facility. What's your perspective on that, and will the players be under similar guidelines?
We're hoping we're going to work with the NBA to see what the player guidelines are going to be. I think Adam and Michelle have done a great job up to this stage, and I think everybody's interest is, you saw in the finals, you saw in other arenas, is to get it back to where the game was. We as MLSE have to come to a place where we have to set some kind of guidance with the help of public officials, and we felt that this is fair. This is, I think, important that we all stay safe and we bring people to safe environments and to a safe arena and to safe events. So we feel comfortable with it. I know the NBA schedule is coming out in a couple days here. I know parts of it has come out already. I know that schedule says Toronto. It doesn't say anywhere else, and we're going to try and play safe here and abide by all the rules and regulations that help all of us stay safe. and healthy.
Hi, Masai Armstrong from the Toronto Star. The Raptors fan base was on pins and needles waiting for this deal of yours to be announced. How would you characterize your relationship with the basketball community and beyond in the city?
The fans are our love here. That's why last year was very, very frustrating as a basketball team. Yeah, we thank Tampa, and they were incredible accommodating us in their arena. But man, it's time to come home. It's time to come home to these fans and to everybody. They mean the world to us, and not only in Toronto and in Canada. You travel everywhere. The support is like we've never seen. I want to appeal to them to all come back, and support this team, this young team, and we can grow again and start to build up to the championship caliber team that we want to be. But they mean the world to us, and I think they know it. You saw whether it's Scotty Barnes or all the guys that have interacted with them on social media. I'm not on social media, but I see bits and pieces here. But I see how the effect the fans have on us, and we love it.
Hi, Masai. Raphael Guillemette with Radio Canada. First off, quick question. The team announced it as a multi-year deal. How long is this deal actually? How long should we expect you in Toronto for?
Forever. I put pressure on Larry here. Forever, man. Forever. No, honestly, I'm not going to put out things there, but I'm home, man. This is it. We're going to try to win the best way that we can. It's a commitment, and I've always said, when you make that commitment, you make that commitment, and that's what I said 8 years ago, and I think we honored it as a family, and that's what we intend to do always.
You were never shy about your wide-ranging interests. Have you received any offers outside the NBA, and how does this offer and new role rival with what you were offered and fit your needs?
Yeah, I don't want to go into any of those details in respect to the other opportunities that were there. Listen, I have interest in so many things, and I'll continue to have those interest in those things. How do we weave them in to what like I'm doing here? Is some of the things I'm trying to think about as Vice Chairman Eric. But yes, those are the things that I want to think about. Yeah, people know I love soccer. It's not rocket science. It's not. I'm not pretending that I don't love soccer here. I love it. And there are other parts of business. There are other parts of there's politics. There's diplomacy. There's philanthropy. We can go into many things, that I actually really love and take pride in, But how do we weave them into this incredible organization and incredible city and platform that we have here? We'll see. We'll get creative and we'll continue to grow. We have to evolve, is what I'm saying. We all have to evolve in everything that we do. We can't just be set on doing something one way. We have to think differently, especially here in Toronto. I think we do.
Hey, Masai, Ryan Wolstad, Toronto Sun. Good to see you in person.
What's up, Ryan?
Not much. Just a two-parter. How much do you think just the bubble and then being in Tampa played into some of the internal stuff with the team, be it with Pascal or anyone else? And how much do you think being home potentially would alleviate that? And also maybe a third part, how do you avoid maybe the Dragic thing becoming a distraction or anything like that?
If you're asking about how it has affected us, yeah, the bubble and Tampa, I say this to my staff and I say it to the players too, is when it's actually happening, it's really difficult, right? You know, like when we were in the bubble, you're in your room, your head is spinning, we're saying, you know, like you're in this space, you can't go out, all that stuff. When you actually look back at it, when is it gonna happen again? And it's an incredible experience, incredible thing that you were part of. You know, moving to Tampa, to see my staff navigate this. I think it was 2 weeks before we went to Tampa that Teresa Rush really put this movement of going to play in Tampa, putting it together. All the meetings, all the things, working with the NBA, Amy Brooks and the business side, everybody that, Mark Tatum, everybody that we had to work with to get to do that, that experience honestly we'll never get again, like firsthand, right? You know, like, and by the way, I hope it never comes again, you know, like, but there are many things we've learned, right, from this. In terms of the players now and in terms of the team, it was hard for some of them, if not all of them. It's not easy. I'll give you an example. Some people have a house in Toronto, Kyle has a house in Philly, has a place in Tampa. People have 3 places. Then how are we handling insurance? How are we handling taxes? How are we handling nannies? How are we handling schools? How are we handling, and by the way, these problems are big problems, you know, like, but there are many people in this world that go through harder, tougher problems. We're not saying ours is any harder. I'm just saying ours in our industry. This is how tough it was for this. There are people that are going through much worse, and we completely understand that. So I give an example of Pascal. You know, like the games get shut down here. Pascal has visa issues, I think, and so he's stuck here in his apartment. He doesn't want to go out and get and contract this disease, and so Pascal is doing nothing between then and the bubble, right? The bubble comes, and he's not in the best shape that he can possibly be. It's shortened break, and then he comes into the season. Honestly, Pascal realizes this when he actually contracts COVID, and he sheds. He starts to find himself. And we had the unfortunate issue with Nick Nurse, and I know him and Nick have gotten to like a much better place, and people can think better. I think everybody is in a better place, to be honest. And even if, you know, you're coming back, you're learning as you go. Yeah, you're learning from all these experiences, and I know he is. I know the fan base, people have been hard on him, but trust me, Pascal is a prideful man. Pascal is an unbelievable basketball player. We're not trying to, people come up, maybe because he wasn't playing well, people come up with all this stuff. Pascal is here. Pascal is a Raptor, and he's going to play with us. So, yeah, the players all found it difficult, you know, like one way or the other, but I also respect them for the way they tried and gave it everything.
Hi, Masai, Cedric Angon, Choc FM, we are a French radio. You said you want to win, but what is your perspective in regards to the new trend in NBA, all of this team trying to build super team, and obviously the Raptors, we are not in the same mindset, so how do you see like a timeline for another shot at winning again?
Yeah, I don't know what the exact timeline for us is. It's hard to say when you're developing players and players are growing, and we're going to give them that opportunity to grow. Yeah, listen, there's going to be super teams and super teams, and there's going to be 3 superstars on one team, and maybe it might get as many as 10 one day, you know. Why not taking that route? At least not for now. Yeah, our route is to grow our young players and be excited about what we have and rely on Nick and his great staff. I think Nick has done an incredible job in developing our players and giving our opportunities, the opportunities for our players to play. That's the route we're going to take, and sometimes it might be slow and sometimes it might be painful, but you watched the summer league, like some of it was exciting to watch and some of it was painful to watch, like that's the growth of the game, and that's what we want to feel as an organization. And I know that's what the fans too, really appreciate seeing and seeing the growth of our team.
Hey, Masai. When you came to Toronto the first time, you had kind of a list of priorities. And just, I wonder what some of those might be going forward. I think you discussed that I was going to be part of this negotiation, that you wanted to have
it's a
an
good
idea.
question, Greg.
So what's next,
Last time when I had that list, I never said it out. The list is right here, so we'll just go do it rather than talk about it. I think that's the best way to do it. I understand the question. You're not going to trick me, Grange. I've known you for too many years.
Just a quick one, Masai. With the tampering investigation, is there anything new on that? And were you surprised by the fact that it was instigated?
It's incredible how every NBA team has a deal done by 602, no? Yeah, I don't know how it happens. All I know is I gave my phone for investigation. Yeah, I have no comment. That's the only comment I have.
Any last questions for Masai? Hi, Masai. Yasmin Douala, Dishes and Dimes. Scotty Barnes has already become a bit of a fan favorite in a couple of weeks with a robust cult following. What stood out about him to you as a prospect, and what does his potential on the team look like?
Yeah, to have a young player, I know. Yeah, there was some talk on draft day. Who to draft, who not to draft, and like a public opinion. I want to say our scouting team does an incredible job. Of going to watch these players, scout these players. I remember a couple of our scouts sitting in Australia for 14 days in quarantine, waiting to watch the prospect Giddy play in Australia. Every team does this. We go at so much length, to scout these players, and we have a process that we go through. We have our rankings, we have our arguments, we have our disagreements, and he was just a player that excited all of us. And Knockwood, he has an incredible career ahead of him. The passion for the game, winning, when you look at the levels he's played on USA basketball, whether it's under 16, under 18, he's won at every level. It's crazy, you interview a guy like that and he mentions winning or win 34 times in one interview, all he talks about is winning, and this is what we wanted to bring. Also, one day we want to play big and long, right? When you look at him, you look at Pascal, you look at OG, you look at Boucher, you look at all these players, and then you look at the feistiness of Fred and all of them. There's something, of excitement to have these kind of players. The growth of OG, I think he's one of the guys that goes, people don't talk about much. His game has jumped, right? And there's going to be another jump. He's 23 years old. Still, what is the future, ahead from the OG we've seen? I think it's so bright. The leadership of Fred, like from his relationship and mentorship from Kyle Lowry, like we're excited about him as a leader. Why you guys saw the leap Chris Boucher made? Like we're excited about that. How about Precious that we just got in a trade? By the way, this is close to me. You guys can call me biased all you want. A kid that was actually in the Giants of Africa camp to come and play as a Raptor. That to me, like is even moving the game forward. He's not a cheerleader. He's going to be, I think, a phenomenal NBA player. That this development means a lot to our organization, and we want to continue to grow like that. So yes, there's plenty of excitement about not only Scotty Barnes but all the young players and that we have. How about Delano? Like from right here in Toronto. A young player. We believe that we got him in a draft probably the year before. Like he would actually maybe be a high prospect next year. Like, and we're excited about that. So yeah, it might not be the big three and winning now, like you said, sir, like the super teams, but in our minds it's a little super. Super young, but super hopeful.
Hey, Masai, Vivek Jacob, Raptors.com. Talking about Precious, for him to come full circle like that, what was that first conversation with him like? And, how much did it mean to him to be associated with you again?
Yeah, I remember talking to him, and he was actually coming back from the Olympics. He blessed to play for Nigeria in the Olympics, and he was connecting in Atlanta, and I spoke to him, and his first word was finally. Yeah, and my first word was, "You are mine now."
Hey, Masai, Justin Dung from CHCH News again. You mentioned that the schedule is going to come out and Toronto's going to be the home arena for the Raptors. Is there any update with the various levels of government? And have you actually talked directly to Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's office? And a little bit of a fun one to add on. Do you have any campaign tips for him? You're pretty good at winning over the crowd.
Yeah, listen, Justin Trudeau is a friend of mine, even outside of everything, and I support him 100% every time. So yeah, I know there's different people that follow different things and policies and rules that I don't follow as much, but I knew Justin Trudeau, even the Prime Minister, even before he was a Prime Minister. Actually, one of the first events I went to with Journalists for Human Rights when I came to Toronto. So I want to make it clear that some of these guys that I know are friends, and I support him as a friend. So that's one. Have I had discussions with their office? Yes, we have them continuously. Teresa is in touch all the time. We have committees and different groups that we work with MLSC, and we continue to do that all the time. And there are stages, there are different places, times that things go up and down, things change, but we're in constant communication with everybody.